Hey, welcome to Sipper Social Club. I am Jeremy, and today I have the 2020 release of the Springbank 12 Cask Strength. This one using a new type of cask maturation that you haven't seen in the 12-year-old before. I'll let you know what that is when I nose it, taste it, and give it a mark. Alright, this expression coming in at 56.1% ABV. It uses 45% sherry cask, 25% ex-bourbon, 5% port, and 25% Burgundy cask. That's a new one for the Springbank 12 Cask Strength. First time they've used Burgundy cask in the maturation. Let's see how this is on the nose. So, definitely very fruit forward. Those dark, rich berries. Definitely you get that on the nose. The raspberry, blackberry, very prominent up front. Lots of stuff going on here too with this like dusty element to it. Some like bitter coffee. The funkiness in here. Definitely get that Campbelltown typical Springbank funk. To me, this one kind of translates more towards this like petrol, gasoline kind of vapor funkiness to it. Really interesting on the nose for sure. But yeah, I mean, you get lots of stuff going on with this. The spice element comes through, even like some citrus. The spectrum is large on this one. I think those Burgundy casks combined with everything else, giving you a huge array of flavors on the nose. Is it as balanced as I might like? I don't know. It seems like the balance maybe just a touch off to me, but still very enjoyable on the nose for sure. Lots bold flavors coming out of this thing. Get those like rustic berries, like very earthy, heavy, thick berry notes. That's so nice. Let's go palate. Huge arrival, hits you really hard. Again, rich blackberries, raspberries, of course. There's this like dusty kind of element to it. Charcoal, lots of charcoal notes to this. And minty, herbal kind of element that's going on with it as well. Not really sure where that's coming from, but again, these rustic berry notes, very earthy, very rich. This thing is like, you know, cooked down raspberry, cooked down strawberry, cooked down blackberry. It's that drizzle that goes on desserts. It's lots of that stuff. Again, finish. Lots of that gasoline element to me, like the petrol, gasoline vapor element comes through. Is it enjoyable? I think it kind of is. It's weird. The balance to this one for me is different than previous 12s. I'm still kind of up in the air whether I think that it's really enjoyable or if it throws it off. Gone through this bottle, fill level to here, it's been open for a while, it's had its time to sit, to open up, to oxidize. I just think that the balance for this one, just a little bit off. The notes that you get, the majority of them, super awesome. It's just that gasoline note. Now normally in a peated whiskey, something from Campbelltown, the gasoline note for me has been enjoyable in the past. This one, like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if one sip, I'm loving it. The other sip, like, nah, it's throwing it off a little bit. I think it's a Burgundy cask for sure. That's the element that's kind of unknown here. That's kind of new to the 12-year-old. I really love the spice element to this. It's almost like you've taken these berries and like dipped them in spice. A large array of different kind of spices come out with this. But yeah, that fruit note, the spiciness, of course the funk, the citrus. I mean, you get lots of stuff. You can kind of pick out almost these casks. There's lots of complexity in this whiskey. It gives you a huge array, like I said before. You're getting a lot of stuff out of this bottle. Again, I just think that gasoline note, it's a little off here and there. One sip is okay, one sip I'm like, eh. Score-wise for me on this one, I'm going 86.5 out of 100. Still a good score. I've scored other 12-year-old cask strengths higher than this one. It's an enjoyable pour, but again, a balance. It's all about the balance for me. You know, kind of conflicting notes, but still enjoyable pour. Let's talk value for this. So I got a good deal on this one. 115 Canadian dollars. 12,000 bottles released. Kind of rare to find this on the shelf nowadays. Usually the 12-year-old cask strength, something you could probably source out a couple times a year and you'd find it. Nowadays it seems like these things are a rush to get and clear off very quickly. As Springbank popularity grows, something like this gets scooped up really quick. But for value, I'm going to leave value as 0, which means I think that the price is justified for this. Normally, in other expressions of the 12, I've boosted it up for value at 115 Canadian dollars. I think that's a great deal. I think for what you're going to get at this bottle, it's definitely justified for the price, whereas before I would maybe bump it up. Something a little bit more in tune with my palate would get a little bit higher score for value, but I think this one, 115 Canadian, can't go wrong. So recommend purchasing it if you are a Springbank fan, of course. But let me know, have you tried this 2020 release of the Springbank 12 Cask Strength? Do you get that kind of gasoline kind of note that I get on the finish? And what do you think? Does it throw off the balance for you, or do the other bold fruit notes kind of take over and still left yourself with a really nice pour? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. And until next time.